The storm is brewing for Stuff. Only a few days left to vote for the Catalyst proposal to bring on board one of the big five publishers. We have the self-publishing portal coming up as soon as next week. They did some great updates to their website. It looks like everything is coming together to usher a new era of digital ownership. Let's dive into it. December 12th is when the voting for Catalyst closes, so make sure you vote for whichever project you want to support. On book side, yes, they want to onboard one of the big five publishers. They released a quick 3-minute video to explain what this means, because it's like, hey, we onboard a big name, cool, I don't read books, I don't know who are the big five publishers, I don't care. So I'm sure there are people like that who don't see the consequences of such a big move. So this 3-minute video is a great primer to understand quickly what it is all about. They also held actually a space to talk about this, and also their usual tech talk that they do every month. So first, let's focus on what they talked about on the Catalyst side. So they explained something very funny, is that, hey, we're onboarding 60,000 ebooks, 40,000 actual ebooks, 20,000 audiobooks. And they're like, hey, imagine, completely hypothetical, we have in total 60,000 assets, and we make means for 500 each. 60,000 by 500, it is 30 million NFTs. Currently on Cardano, it's around 10 million. So they're gonna triple the size of NFTs on Cardano. That's how massive it is. You can take all the projects that existed since 2021, the first NFTs, you can take everything that was done for 3 years. We're gonna triple that, I guess, in a year or 18 months. I don't know how long they will need. And actually they said that in there you have some big names, and very likely some books will sell millions of units. So one book could sell 1 million, and it's already 10% of all Cardano NFTs that exist. And selling 1 million means 1 million transactions. So 1 million transaction fees. And that's how this Catalyst proposal is bringing back money to the ecosystem, as well as, of course, new users. They may not be super involved in Cardano because Book wants to make it seamless for Web2 people to use the app. They don't need to have their own wallet, it's self-directed and so on. But effectively, those people will be Cardano users, maybe unknowingly, but that will be the case. And a lot of transactions. Then you can imagine when they start receiving their Stuff tokens, then they want to do something with it, or they want to sell their books or buy new books because they discovered a new platform that they like. That many more transactions that are gonna happen. And I said that with these big five, they have a lot of celebrities, politicians, romance authors, that the big authors will bring their following, and that's how we grow the book community. And what's important is that bringing an entire catalog will be the first in the whole crypto space. Not Cardano, but the whole crypto. And that will signal a shift in the publishing industry that, hey, we have one of those big five, which is highly regarded, it's a household name, and they're doing it. And more likely than not, they will be successful at it because they can charge higher margins, they have direct access to their consumers, they have direct analytics, they get directly the money and everything. So a lot of advantages. And what's going to happen is that, other big five will look at it and be like, hey, I want to make money too. And then you will have other companies in the entertainment industry as a whole who will be like, hey, maybe we can do it with music, maybe we can do it with video. And that's how the dominoes will fall. They explained that, it's been almost 2 years of discussion. They worked in the past with this big five publisher. And without working with them, they would have had no meetings with them. And that's very important. The book team, they had an app in the past, Bookshout, with 6 million users. They had deals with the big five publishers. So they are well connected in this industry. And you can imagine that it's a huge advantage compared to any other competitor, because if you're random, you don't even get a meeting with them. It's like, no way. So I feel like Book is super well positioned. I don't see any competition unless coming from a more kind of legacy actor. I don't know, if Amazon wanted to do like Book, then people would listen to them. Then they explained that metrics played a vital role to get their attention. They were showing them, hey, we sold right at the beginning, I guess, 2,000 books in 40 seconds. It was like, mind-blowing. And every week they would report to them their numbers, and they were very impressed. So they had the book founders wanted to give a shout out to the community, because it's the community buying all the time, every week, those quick sellouts, those huge secondary sales. All of these are actual arguments that they brought to this Big Five publisher. Look, this is real, it's happening. People are spending money because they want to own their stuff. So that was really cool. They also talked about the fact that there's this new law in California next month that I would say retailers won't be able to tell you, hey, you're buying a book, when you're actually buying a license. They will need to change their wording. It will be illegal to tell you you're buying a book if they sell you the license. If Book.io is selling you an actual digital book and you do whatever you want with it, then it's compliant. Also, this is a huge tailwind for Book. A lot of people will wake up like, hey, I don't own anything. Why do I go to Amazon and it's written like rent a book? What I thought I was buying. So that's also a pretty cool thing. It looks like many different things are coming together. It's like the perfect storm. They went on to say that in the publishing industry, someone needs to go first before the others jump in. So this will create, as I said, a ripple effect. I will quote Ben, who said that this will be a fucking bombshell. It's like you don't realize if you're in crypto, like, hey, crypto is normal, it's part of your everyday life. But then you have those companies, those publishing companies who have been around for hundreds of years, and for them it's not that obvious not to move. They don't move quickly, they move slowly. So it's really huge. It's like ebooks. The first company doing ebooks, like, wow, like what is this? What is this? I don't know, UFO thing on the market? And then people realizing, and then in the end, everyone jumps on it. So getting this first Big Five really may bring the other ones, and that will mean even bigger catalogs, even bigger offers, and even more audience. We're really on the verge of mass adoption. It's incredible. I feel like this will be the first crypto project, maybe after Polymarket, to really reach the masses. So their plan is to make Cardano the media chain, so this is good for Cardano as well. The whole team believes in the protocol, this is super resilient, and what's great is that NFTs are native assets, not like on EVM, where it's more like a ledger entry somewhere. And that was important for them because it's about owning your stuff. You don't really own an NFT if it's a line in a smart contract somewhere. They said that publishers want to identify their audience. They just get sales report. They get no analytics from Amazon. They just know, okay, you sold that many. Trust me, bro. That's how many, because hey, I'm Amazon, so you have to believe me. You sold that money and this is your share. End of story. So they're missing out on a lot. They talked about mint and print, also more print. Ben said something like, we're working on mint and print and more print. More print. Will we be able to... Are they thinking like, hey, you're an author, you don't want to make an NFT, you just want to sell your book and do it that way? I don't know, that was a bit weird. Not sure what they meant there. They explained that publishers are scared of Amazon, and when they had meetings with 2 of the Big Five publishers, they said, fuck Amazon. So they're not happy, they're not treated well. So it will take time after the deal is signed. Josh and Ben explained that they were in a huge meeting room with Ingram, which was fully packed, people logged on remotely to attend, that there's a lot of interest from employees in this sector, from companies. Just need someone to take the jump first. The average book never sells 1,000 copies. As I said, book had books selling 2,000 copies in 40 seconds. I wonder if this was the Heretic from Jonas's, the first one. So this big 5 publisher wanted to observe them. They were a bit spooked after the FTX debacle. And it's also an old industry, so they really need to be careful. It's their reputation that is at stake. Again, Bezos, when he wanted to do his ebooks, his Kindle stuff, he had to go to them and pony up and put out a guarantee to get access to the books, to the catalog. So this is a multiple $1 million deal. So they asked for 2 million ADA at 0.37 USD per ADA. And like that, even if ADA did a 3x since then, they still need to use all the money to buy the catalog. So it's very, very expensive. If Catalyst doesn't go through, they'll go to private investors, they'll find a way, or they'll use some of the revenue they generate to get it. It's going to be longer, but they absolutely want to do it. It's like a gold opportunity. So what else did they talk about? That it's not only about ownership, but also about a better product. That now you have books, and in the book, you have a video, you have different covers, you have different content. Remember A Tale of the Nine Lands, the Stag Alliance Mint? You had inside some books, some kind of treasures. And there was like a treasure hunt where we see some runes that you had to decipher to get access to a wallet with some NFTs or some ADA even. So that's a new thing, that you buy a book and maybe you'll get an extra chapter that only some books have. Or maybe you'll get the book that is signed by the author, like it happened in the past. So those book.io books, they're much better, more diverse than traditional ebooks. So there's also, we're leveling up in terms of product as well, because maybe not everyone will care about digital ownership, but everyone will care getting a bang for their bucks. So that's also another argument that is talking to publishers. Also, those 2 million ADAs, so let's say 2 million USD, will be used by the publisher for all the legal work. You have to imagine that they work with thousands of authors, so they have thousands of contracts that they will need to change and explain to authors, hey, we have this new distribution channel where people actually own their books, and you will get access to analytics and things like this. Your share will be that, and so on. So there's a lot of legal work to do, and they can't just partner up with book and do that ad hoc. They need to do it beforehand, and also educate the authors they work with. There's also lots to think through in terms of, you have this big catalog, what will be a standard edition and what will be a collector one. But also these kind of considerations to have. So it's not like, hey, Catalyst is approved, we have 60,000 books, we download from their FTP servers and it's done. We need some methodical approach behind that. And they said that they're not counting on Catalyst to work, they're just hopeful it will work. So they will definitely find ways to raise money. Then we're talking about the Stuff token, that we're thinking of maybe giving away free Stuff tokens to new people who sign up. So that would be pretty cool. Stuff will be needed to access the book clubs. Again, Bookshout, their prior ebook app, had 6 million users. You have 5 billion Stuff earmarked for consume to earn. 5 billion by 6 million users. That's 833 tokens per person. It's nothing if it was equally distributed. I mean, it's nothing. Depends what you can do with them. But if now you own more than 833 Stuff tokens, you will be above the average user. And so they need to bring millions of people, and digital Stuff will do it, not DeFi, because people easily understand. DeFi, it's kind of complicated. There's some risk, financial risk. You need to understand what you're doing. You're parking your money in other smart contracts, so you have a risk there, and so on. Buying digital stuff, people already buy books. It's exactly the same for them. They log in, hey, social media account or email password. Hey, I pay with credit card. I access the stuff on my app. It's exactly the same. It's just the background technology that is different. I fully agree with that statement. Digital stuff will bring mass adoption, will bring millions of people, not DeFi. Then something that's super interesting is that they reiterated that qt holders will always be taken care of, and they had this great idea, just an idea, not a promise, that so when they sell a book, they have an X percentage of margin, usually it's 30%, and what they can do is that if the author or the publisher doesn't want to give a discount to Gutenberg holders, what they can do is that instead of this 30%, well, they take 20, and the 10% will be the discount for the Gutenberg holders. I mean, they didn't give these exact figures, it's just an example, but this means that Book can decide to give discount on all their catalog to Gutenberg holders. Now, imagine if you're someone who buys a lot of stuff online, and I know you save, maybe $3-4 by every book or video or album you buy, or maybe even $1, doesn't matter. But no, with 1 year of using the service, 2 years, and so on, you will really get your money worth. And then this is my own idea. What would be really cool if you want to jack up the prices of Gutenberg Bible and About Stuff Episode 0 is for people using the self-publishing portal, that they get a discount in the stuff fee if they hold some of these assets. Because creators, they're gonna create every week, every month, so they'll have a lot of expenses, and if you give them a discount for being an OG, I feel like a lot of people will be interested. It's just 10,000 Bibles and 10,000 About Stuff Episode 0. I mean, on the Cardano NFT market, it's like a lot. But if you think about millions of users and maybe hundreds of thousands of creators, then it will be a very, very sought after asset. And finally, they talked about the fact that they signed a deal with an agency that has rights to a South American music label. I didn't understand properly, but basically, South American music label in talks. I mean, they signed the deal. It's not in talks. They have signed the deal. So we may see some Latino artists coming up soon on stuff. They said music is moving very fast because they don't make any money anymore. So they need a solution. They're scrambling for it. They're already talking to massive artists and labels. And one music label in particular was blown away by Mike's sales numbers. So the first album, Long-Winded Short Stories. They're really impressed, even though it was only 1,000 copies, if I recall correctly. But it sold out so fast. It was amazing. And it sold out, I think it was $15 or something like this. So Mike made 70% of that, which probably regular artists don't make. And on top of that, direct access to the audience, again, for airdrops and things like this. So you can see a lot of consequences of signing this deal. It's really important. And one thing I did is that I asked Grok, so the AI from X, to list me the five big five publishers and who are their famous authors and how many copies they sold. Because at the moment, we don't know which big five it is. So let's see. If it's Penguin Random House, they have J.K. Rowling, over 500 million copies with Harry Potter. Dan Brown, Da Vinci Code, 80 million copies. Margaret Atwood, so no exact sales figures, but significant success, apparent. J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown, everyone knows. If it's HarperCollins, we may get Neil Gaiman, known for American Gods, Coraline. I don't know this guy. But millions of copies sold, so hey, some people know. Veronica Roth, Divergent, over 30 million copies. Harper Lee, over 40 million copies. You see, we're talking millions of copies. And people who buy books, they just buy one. They're not crypto degens like us buying 5 and hoping to get a rare. So you have to imagine that when we say copies here, we basically mean people, unless it's a library, yeah. But generally, these are users that want the book and could buy it on book.io. Then Simon & Schuster, Stephen King, tens of millions, just that. F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby, millions as well. But hey, we already sell it on book.io, this one. David McCullough, also selling millions with John Adams. If it's Macmillan, they have Nora Roberts, romance novels over 450 millions. Can you imagine? It's like Harry Potter. I've never heard of that woman before. But romance is big selling genre. 450 millions. Can you imagine? You capture 0.1% of that. It's 450,000 users coming in. It's like, wow, that many Cardano wallets being created, that many transactions. Really amazing. Jeff Kinney, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 250 millions. Kazuo Ishiguro, significant numbers, literary fiction, I don't know this Japanese author. If it's Hachette, James Patterson, 300 million copies. Jodi Picoult, 14 millions. David Baldacci, 110 millions. So my point is, I don't know all the authors there for sure. Like Stephen King, J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown, that's pretty much it, to be honest. But look, it doesn't matter which big 5 it is, they all have massive authors with a lot of followers. And that will come to book.io. And then, once one comes, the other will come too. And again, you're adding people who are selling hundreds of millions of books. So it's hundreds of millions of people. It's mind-blowing, really. I feel like 2024, it's the end. It's the end of this. Hey, you are early. Once they onboard this big 5 publisher, then the rocket lifts off. Now you're gonna get over the tech talk they had. So the switch to Kubernetes is done. This was needed to be able to scale up. So again, getting ready for mass adoption. They released the new View 3 app. So this is the app. So my screen is split, so it may look different on yours. But basically, what is cool is that you can see your books, but also there's a way to stack the covers. Yes, like this. So you see I have 3 copies of Ranger's Honor. I can pick the one I want. So that's pretty cool to have a nice looking bookshelf. Also notice here the different information. So info is just, I think, showing you the cover, I believe. Yes, but I assume there'll be more things to come. You can send, or you will be able to sell. So this, I guess it will be once we have the secondary marketplace, the book marketplace or stuff marketplace, and print. So we're getting ready for the future. Notice on the top right, you see the number of copies one has. This is the stuff app. And you can sort by author name, by title, and so on. And let's say I want to see all book from Joe Nassis up like this. And here we go. Theoretic, Judgment Day. I love this cover. It's really cool. So see, that's nice. It looks pretty slick. Yes, I do have 18 copies of The Heretic. So yeah, this View 3 is finally implemented. Looks very nice. Same thing on the book app. I'm on stuff here, but if you go to book.io, it's the same. You just won't get access to the videos. And you can actually filter here on the asset type. So music, I only have this one from Mike. Right, it's all good. All right. So, leveling up the website, scaling it up to be ready for mass adoption, all good stuff. We talked about the creator portal that should be in 1 or 2 weeks. That the creator comes, you select the media type, can be a book, an audiobook, a single, an album, or a video. You enter all the information, you choose a price in USD, upload your assets, and you will pay with stuff. And the amount you pay depends on the asset type and size, which makes sense because it means book or stuff will need to buy storage for all of this. So the bigger it is, the more expenses they have. Yeah. And then you sign your transaction, and this kicks off the process. At the moment, the first iteration will be the Stuff team will actually review the application, make sure that the files are all good, information is all good, and then they click and it creates the page on stuff.io, like the selling or buying page. It puts everything in there, and you have the link that you can share as a creator with your audience so that they can buy. And I say that, this should relieve the thousands of people who are waiting in line. So a lot of people will use stuff, a lot of stuff will be burnt. Again, still the question, what happens to this stuff that is used? Does it go to some kind of treasury? Is it feeding the consume to earn? Will the team convert it to USD to fund operations? I don't know, we'll need to ask. But I think it's a very important point. Then generally speaking about the website, something else they're working on is the unified USD pricing, meaning that the crypto prices will be updated live. So they choose a USD price, and if ADA is 1 USD, 3 or 6, it will dynamically change. And that's very important. It's also easier for authors and publishers to see that, hey, I'm selling my book $10, not hey, today it's 8 ADA and tomorrow it's 5, I don't know. So that's pretty nice. It will also be easier because when we think about the bookshelf value, I don't care in ADA, I care in USD. And I think people will, Web2 people will be more receptive to a USD value. They said that on the website there's still work to do to improve and not require that much crypto knowledge. But what's really cool is that there will be a change of mindset, in a sense that it's not gonna be, a book is minting this, stuff is minting this. It will be, hey, you have a ton of creators on those platforms and they are releasing their stuff. And it will be on the creators to do the marketing, because at some point it will be just too many. But that's also good because they market towards their own audience, so they bring new users to the platform. Then we had some quick mobile updates that, kind of this view free that you can stack the covers on mobile. They have an inbox screen to keep track of messages, notification. They have Android Cast on Bluetooth, so if you want to cast your movies, and a connection to Android TV app. I already do that, already cast when I watch videos on my TV. It's just much better on the big screen. Once the bookshelf value is turned on, we'll have the ability to sort by value, and you'll be able to see, hey, what's my most expensive asset? And I can see people flexing with that. We're also working on support for subtitles in video DEAs. That will be very important because I think one of the first episodes of About Stuff, the sound quality wasn't so great. So it would have been helpful also for non-English speakers to have subtitles. I've said that all of this Kubernetes View 3 was a lot of work, but now the basis, the foundation is sound, and they can use their resources for new features that will be faster to develop. So we should see incremental improvements. And the last thing they mentioned is about Drip Drops. So they have a deal with Drip Drops. It's a website where you put your wallet address and projects give you some of their tokens for free. So here you can get some Charles, Beard, and Stuff token. So 10 Stuff tokens, which is 18 USD cents per epoch. Pretty good. The only condition is that you need to have more than 250 ADA staked. Doesn't matter where it's staked, but you need more than 250 ADA in your wallet to enjoy that. Last quick things, they said that Charles' team is working on providing utility to Charles. Token has been doing well, so congrats to those who held. And they ended up by saying that they have an incredible 2025 year ahead. Again, big 5 publisher, big music label, better website ready to scale. We are getting there. Now for some short news, I wanted to give a shout out to the OG Book Club Twitter account, and especially TJ, or Jason, his real name, for doing this interview with Tracy Harding, one of the authors who minted with Book last week. It's her second book with Book, so it shows that authors, really like working with this platform. Great interview, around 20 minutes. Very good quality for a first interview, honestly. It was really well done. Good questions about her career, what she likes about Book. And this is really important because it's the kind of content that then we can share with other authors, and they hear from one of them. Yeah. If it's just a crypto degen, hey, I'm a reader, I want to buy on this, yeah, whatever. But hey, I'm an author and I sold a shit ton of copies and I made a shit ton of money with this platform, then oh yeah, I'm interested suddenly. So looking forward to more interviews, more content. I think TJ has been taking care maybe of the Charles Token Twitter account as well. So really putting good content. So yeah, I really appreciate that, because this is proof that hey, you're a community member, you can work for your bags. You can reach out to authors. I mean, TJ is just a normal dude, and he wrote to Tracy and got in touch and made the interview. I don't want to say that anyone can do that, but kind of. It's up to each person to spread the word, create content, so that Book and stuff become more and more known in our space, as well as with content creators in general. Now, to go from books to music, this is something that here we go. This is something that Josh shared. Here you have a music artist, Kate Nash, and to finance a tour, she opened up an OnlyFans. So she's a woman who's very comfortable with her body, and well, good for her. She was on some Netflix show where she would be quite naked, so she has no problem with that. And she's like, well, I'm gonna open an OnlyFans and put pictures of my butt and sell them to finance my tour. Because when you tour, it's not you take your guitar and you sing in front of people. It's like a little company with you. All the technicians, all the people renting the venue, not the lighting, the sound. It's like a little company, and it's a lot of money. And so in this 10-minute segment, she explains that, hey, I need money, so I did that, and anyway, I'm comfortable doing it. And I'm like, wow, it's like almost this person will be great on stuff, because she can release videos, pictures, and music. But what she said that was really important is that, in her opinion, the music industry will collapse. It is not sustainable. With streaming, you make 0.3 penny per stream. You don't earn anymore. So they have to do that. It's like she has to work a job to be able to do the job she really wants to do. It shouldn't work like that. She explained that artists are not paid fairly for their recorded music. They can be banned from streaming platforms. She didn't seem very confident about it, but she explained that it's possible that if you speak up against Spotify, that they just take you off some playlists. I can see it. Hey, it's a centralized company. They do whatever they want. And I don't even think it's illegal. It's just that's what you get for working with a private company. So yeah, you can be banned, can you imagine? So you earn even less. And something that I didn't realize, but I found very relevant, she talked about how now in the music industry, it's just like superstars. You don't really have, I would say, less famous people going on tours and selling music and so on. And she was talking about how now it's kind of, the industry is kind of gate capped. That you need a lot of money if you want to tour and record your album and everything. And well, if you don't come from a background where you have the money and you have the connections, then chances are that you're not gonna make it. So music is becoming like an exclusive club. And so we lose in diversity. And people from different backgrounds, I don't know, cultural or social, they may not be able to access this industry. So as humanity, I feel like we are losing a lot by not having access to more art. So that was a really great point that she made. Then, in terms of other things, Crazy Joe shared some good intel about Clay Nation. So there was the Clay After Dark episode. I usually only listen if book and stuff are there. But thankfully, Crazy Joe was there last time, and we got information about Frog Stuff episode 0, which was supposed to be out in November, I think, but I guess it's taking a bit longer than expected. That everyone who owns a Frog Stuff episode 0 will be entered into a raffle for an all-expense paid trip to the UK for the premiere of Frog Stuff. And that is really cool. Hey, you bought it because you want to watch the episodes, you like Clay, you want to support them. So, hey, you're already happy with what you bought. But on top of that, you can get Magic Experience of a lifetime. I can imagine that, I live in EU, so for me, UK is like, next door. But I can imagine for people around the world, going to Europe, going to UK is quite the experience. So it's really cool to see artists giving back to their community. And it's only possible because they know who the community is. All right, then going through the newsletter, talked about Catalyst, we did that already. Drip Drops, we did that. View 3, I showed you. Kubernetes, done. Creator Portal, we talked about it. Unified USD pricing, we talked about it. Inception, this is the kind of internal publishing portal, is operational. They can do videos now, so they can do all the assets. And yeah, they inked a deal with a new media company. There'll be an upcoming press release. Maybe it's this South American music label. Actually, yes. I know. Excited to also announce, so it's an extra thing, new collaborations with some creators in South America. I know we have a vibrant South American or Spanish-speaking community in the Discord. I think there's a real market there, so it's really cool to see that. Then I will quickly go through the new releases. So we had the Jeju Book of Tale of Two Cities sold out. You can see floor 18 for a min price of 10 offer. So I hear a lot. People have the impression that it didn't sell out, a secondary is cheaper. It is not. It is not. These are the 10 last books or DAs. Floor 48 for 16, 75 for 14. This is an airdrop. Here 26, okay, this is less than public but more than OG. 79, 30, okay, this is a bit less, Charles Unchained. I need to buy this to watch it. Here we are above. This Bradford's History of Plymouth Plantation. 800 stuff tokens, so we had the stuff only mint. 800, how much is it now? Like $16? The floor is 59 ADA. Century of Dishonor, 23, still minting. The Ancient Future, well, I really need to speak properly. Floor 29, when it was 14 or 9. 9 if you had, how was it called? She had another book, her first book. Sorry, it's not coming back to me. The Infinite Night, something like that. So see, out of all of those, maybe just 2 are below main price. So secondary works. Secondary is not cannibalizing primary sales. And here we're also missing the last Stuff Mint, which was their first real movie, The Little Shop of Horrors, the 1960 horror movie, a horror/comedy. An hour 11-minute runtime, and it was 15 USD. Not sure if 9ADA is 15 USD at the moment. Not sure if this is already dynamic or not. But hey, first movie, it's public domain. So there's no, they didn't sign a deal or anything. But it shows that they have the technology to sell a movie and stream it. I mean, there was this documentary with Brother Deej, but I believe it was shorter, like 50 something minutes maybe. Yeah, 54. So yeah, so that's where we are. These are the short news. There's one more thing that is not on Bex yet, is the mint from yesterday, Allyship actually. 33 ADA of 40 USD, and this is great. Why? I mean, you may not be into the topic of allyship. I know it sounds woke, but it is really important. It's just about being human. Yeah, being tolerant, accepting people, supporting them. Life is not the same for everyone. Some have it easier, just how it is, and it's nobody's fault. Just good to know how we can support people, because we're all on the same boat in the end. But why is this book interesting? Because one of the authors is David Barrow. David Barrow, he minted before an education in service management, very specific book about IT service desk type of topic. And there was an issue at the time that the policy got locked soon after the sale went live. So this book ended up selling, I think, 57 copies. And it's probably the rarest books overall. And I was thinking, damn, maybe this author is a bit, annoyed that, there was this kind of technical oversight and didn't sell as much as expected. But no, the guy is coming back with another book, and more importantly, doubling down on what book offers. So there will be an audiobook access. Access doesn't mean an airdrop, or does it mean you can go to some website and listen to it? I'm not sure. I mean, all holders will receive the audiobook version of the book. Okay, my bad. So audiobook coming. Exclusive offer content, long form video created by the authors. So that's cool. It's more than a book, it's an enriched book. And then personalized experience for one-of-one cover holders. So there are 5 of them. If you get one of those, you'll get an exclusive video featuring the real individuals behind the stories that match your cover. So it's, I don't know who those people are, so I guess maybe they're not necessarily on the cover, but it's really cool. Like, you read a book about people's stories, and then you're gonna get a video of those people, sharing their stories again, more insight, more context. And I'm really glad to see this author coming back and selling a new book that has so many perks. It's like, this guy gets it. And I think, it didn't sell that many copies yet. I think last time I checked was around 57 actually, or 56, because it's quite a specific topic, I assume, but amazing that now we have offers coming. Hey, I understand what I can do is not only an ebook, but I can package an audiobook with it. I can add videos. I can add videos only for some people and have this direct connection with some readers. That is super positive. That offers, now it's like they seem to be educated No, they do their first book, then when they do the second one, they go deeper, they go bigger with what they give to their readers. Stuff token plus almost 16% on the 7th day, with 10.6 thousand holders, maybe 100 more than last week. So yeah, in 1 month we went from 0.7 to 1.7 cents. So yeah, more than a 2x. Of course, ADA 3x'd in the meantime, so we're kind of lagging. But in USD terms, still a positive. Now we have some catalysts coming up, notably the self-publishing portal next week or the next. And what I was calculating here is that we know the price to publish will be pegged to USD. And I was thinking, okay, let's imagine it's 10 USD. So how much stuff is that? 500. So maybe to release one asset, you'll need 500 stuff. And if indeed we have 3,000 people waiting in line, that will be a lot of stuff being burnt, being sunk into that new functionality. Also, what's great is that we know social clubs should come afterwards, and this will be another thing added. And then finally, we'll have consume to earn. And then I feel like the loop will be complete. We'll have creators using their stuff, consumers receiving it, and they will use it to buy more stuff or take part in those social clubs. So these are use cases for the token, and with utility, there should be more people willing to use the token. The other thing is that, of course, we have this big 5 publisher and music label coming up. Once they come in, more people will learn about stuff. Some crypto people will want to buy the token, but also once we have consume to earn, we have regular people earning the stuff token. Some of them may be willing to buy more, but also what I think is going to happen is that normal people will earn their tokens, and it's like bonus for them, because hey, I bought a book to read a book, not to earn tokens. But hey, now with these tokens I can get into a book club, talk directly with the author. So I don't think these people will sell. That's why consume to earn, even if it's a big emission, I don't think it's gonna end up on the market so much. I mean, you could argue that, okay, the author gets stuff from the book clubs and they will sell it, totally possible. Or they can use this stuff to just create more content, and then they don't have to pay again to release content. So I feel like we are just a couple of steps away from closing the loop and having this economy, this utility for the token. And that's it for this week. The main message: vote for Catalyst, push people to vote, spread the word. This big 5 publisher will send a shockwave for the entire crypto space. The entire publishing industry is gonna be huge, millions of users. Remember, all those authors that I listed in Grok earlier, they have millions, dozens of millions, hundreds of millions of copies sold. That's that many people who can come to Cardano, to the book platform. We are almost there. Next year is going to be crazy. So thanks for sticking around. Best of luck to you, and I'll see you next week.